How do I take the Myers Briggs Personality Test? Hi, my name is Tobey from Training Business Pros. Thanks for joining me for another one of my tutorials. You can actually take the Myers Briggs test from this very video. That's right, we're actually going to do the test together. Now, it is an abbreviated version of the Myers Briggs test, but it has proven to be 98% effective in determining which personality type you are. And of course, you'll learn enough about the test to give it to other people and determine their personalities as well. Why would you want to know this? Well, it basically tells you how each category pertains to the person's personality and how you can interact with those people by understanding key characteristic traits of those individuals. And we're going to get started right now. All right, so let's do the Myers Briggs Personality Test in this video. Now remember, it is an abbreviated version, and stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you key characteristics of each personality type and what that means. So here's how to take the test. Take a piece of paper and draw two lines, one vertical and one horizontal. And that creates essentially 4 quadrants. At the top, put the word formal. At the bottom, put the word informal. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to circle either one of those. You can't put anything in between. You just circle one or the other. Now, you may sometimes be formal, you may sometimes be informal, but where are you most of the time? Not the type of personality you'd like to be. So formal means places you like to go, fine restaurants, country club, you're constantly wearing suits. How do you act normally? Are you more like a sports bar type of person, running shoe and backpack? Which would be more informal. So again, don't choose which one you want to be, choose which one you are. So circle either formal or informal. Okay, then horizontally, write the word on the left dominant, and on the right, put the words flow with. Dominant means I'm a more extroverted type of person, more dominating. I like to be in control and in charge. More flow with, I like to go with things. Whoever makes the decisions, that sounds good to me, I'll support them. Or yeah, the data tells me that that's a good idea. So again, you can only choose one, so you're going to circle either dominant or flow with. Sure, sometimes you're a little dominant, sometimes you're a little flow with, but where are you most of the time? So you should have either formal or informal circled and either dominant or flow with. So if you circled formal and flow with, that means you're an analytic personality. I just happen to fit into that category and am very familiar with the analytic personality type. I'm going to share with you key characteristics of that type momentarily. If you circled informal and flow with, then you are a supporter. If you circled dominant and informal, then you are a promoter. And finally, one of the more interesting personality types is the controller. And my son and my wife happen to be that personality type. So I'm very used to dealing with controllers in my life as an analytic. And there is a lot of things that I've learned over the years about how these personality types interact with each other. So let's talk a little bit about each personality type. And this is really important because knowing what the key characteristics are of that personality type, that will help you learn to interact with them better. So an analytic is deep and thoughtful. They're serious and purposeful individuals. In other words, living your purpose in life is the law of Dharma, and I basically am living my purpose. What is my purpose? To serve other people with information that helps them succeed at whatever they want to succeed. They set very high standards for themselves. I can tell you that I personally set extremely high standards. I play the piano professionally. I do that at a very high level. I've always been one to reach the pinnacle of my career and my business. And I've always set very high standards for myself, even with golf, although I'm getting there. Analytics are orderly and organized. I absolutely live by the calendar, and I like numbers. Show me the numbers, make sure the numbers make sense so that I can make proper decisions. So let's move on to the supporter type. The supporter is a calm, patient, and respectful in their interactions with other people. They are also rarely angered or excited. They maintain a peaceful and harmonious environment. The supporter is someone who likes to be involved. They're pillars of the community. They don't need any of the credit. They just do what they do because they want to be helpful. great people to have on your team at work. Let's move on to the promoters. The promoters are a little more extroverted. They are harmonious and supportive, but they're also encouraging. They're a valued member of any team. This is typically because they're the most outgoing and they're the ones that will bring attention to whatever project, service, or product that you have. And they're really good at selling it. Obviously, as we know, selling is the number one thing that you need to do in any company for it to be successful and profitable. So having promoters on your team means you're probably going to sell more stuff. They're also charismatic and flexible, persuasive, and highly diplomatic. I love the concept of persuasive. They'll basically persuade everyone to come to their party, but then they won't be there because they're so extroverted, they're looking for a better party than their own. They also love being with people, talking to them, and getting to know other people. So again, they're communicative and they like the party situation and even meetings for that matter because they like to talk it up. And they love features and benefits. Don't talk to promoters about what things cost and don't talk to them about, exactly the square footage of a room. They want to know that it's open concept and we can have some fun and where the hot tub is. And then finally, you've got the controller. And I'm glad you stuck around till now because every company needs one of these people because they're essentially the decision makers. So the key characteristics of the personality type controller are self-disciplined and fast-paced, always driving themselves to get things right. Sometimes to the detriment of other people, because personally, I don't think there is a right or wrong. There's only results and no results. Controllers are typically straightforward, responsible, and factual. So responsible means, I'll take the responsibility of the decision. That's why they're leaders. That's why they're out in front, because they're not afraid to make those decisions and commit to whatever path that takes. They also work hard to develop technical expertise. They respect authority, which is essentially they're dealing with other people of authority, and they operate within established guidelines. So again, controllers are the ones that sort of make the rules and govern the rules, and then obviously make decisions. So for example, let's say a controller came to your open house, and with a few simple questions, you were able to determine what personality type they are. Turns out they're a controller. What do you do with that person? Should you give them some facts and figures? No, that's for analytics. Should you tell them where the local PTA meeting and the church is? No, that's for supporters. Should you tell them about the hot tub and where the pool is and all that? No, they don't care about that. What they care about is what they care about, and it's hard to know what that is. So you don't typically point out anything to a controller. You basically give them free rein. Take a look around. Ask any questions you want. They typically won't ask any because they think they have all the answers. But also, you just want to give them the latitude to make their own decisions. And they're usually pretty good at that, and they're comfortable with the decisions that they're making. All right, let's do a quick review. If you did the test, which was essentially you chose vertically between a formal and informal type of person, and then you chose horizontally between dominant and flow with, that determined which quadrant of personality type you fit into, and there are typically 4 of them. Analytics, supporters, promoters, and finally, controllers. You can give this test to anyone, and again, I've done it with many companies, and believe me, when the companies learn, or the people in the companies learn about the other personality types, they sort of awaken to the fact that, oh, I've been dealing with this person all wrong. This is what they value. This is how they tend to make decisions. This is what they need to make decisions. This is what they absolutely care about. And that's what's important about the Myers Briggs test. And even though it is an abbreviated version, it is a very powerful one taught to me by some very, very influential people. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please get out there and discover all the personality types in your life. Thanks for your time. Thanks so much for watching. It's Paul Tobey here. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. When you do, it lets us know your level of interest and will help us create more content just like this for you and other people just like you. If you have any questions or comments about the content, please post them below and we'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for your time.